Batman Begins, directed by Christopher Nolan and written by David S. Goyer, encompasses themes revolving around fear in one's psychological state, as Bruce Wayne, played by Christian Bale, evolves into a vigilante after his parents were murdered as a child. In his teenage years, he left to train in combat for 7 years around the world. Bruce is trained by Henry Ducard. However, he turns out to be the main villain in the movie and wishes to destroy Gotham City to rebuild it into something better. To accomplish his goal, Ducard makes use of Scarecrow's fear toxin, which induces fear in the people who take it in. This fear toxin allows Bruce to overcome his fears and transition from a vigilante into a hero as he masters his fears and his mind. Christopher Nolan's films usually revolve around characters that are afflicted with some kind of psychological disorder, such as Christian Bale's phobia of bats in Batman Begins. Throughout the film, Bruce's phobia of bats becomes the root of his issues. As proposed by physician Sigmund Freud, psychoanalytic theory concentrates on awareness levels combined with our experiences in early childhood that together can form the basis of certain mental disorders. According to psychoanalytic theory, the human mind is divided into 3 parts: the id, the ego, and the superego. The id represents primal desires and impulses. The ego represents the sense of self and the ability to make rational decisions, and the superego represents the moral compass and the internalized sense of right and wrong. Viewers of the film can best interpret this movie through a psychoanalytical lens because the film revolves around Bruce's psychological state, his thoughts, and his fears due to the trauma caused during his childhood.
Bruce Wayne's fears control his actions and thoughts throughout the film. His phobia of bats had a grip on him his whole life. Ever since Bruce fell into the swarm of bats, he has always had a fear of them. Due to Bruce's phobia and preconscious thoughts, he wants to leave a play after he starts panicking due to the bat-like creatures in the play. After they exit the theater, Bruce's parents are shot dead. Bruce blames himself because of his fear of bats. Bruce even has dreams in prison of him falling into the swarm of bats as a kid. He is trying to suppress his fear. Before donning the bat suit, Ducard, who at this point is training Bruce, tells Bruce to inhale fear toxin, which makes him hallucinate his greatest fears. He sees his parents dying in front of him, which are his unconscious thoughts emerging. He still blames himself, and though he does not want to face it, this fear of his stems from his bat phobia, and the guilt he feels from allowing himself to fear bats and leaving that play, causing his parents to die. He only overcomes those fears after confronting them. Bruce is on a journey to confront his innermost fear, and he eventually overcomes it. Bruce Wayne goes as far as to transcend his phobia and embody his fear, becoming Batman. In an attempt to turn fear against those who prey on the fearful, Batman becomes an icon for the innocent and a demon for the guilty. Fear shaped the young Bruce Wayne into what he is. However, what were his true motivations for becoming this vigilant?
Looking at the motivations behind someone becoming a hero is essential in understanding why one chooses to do what they do. Bruce believes it is his responsibility to protect this city. He will stop at nothing to ensure that what happened to his parents never has to happen to anyone else. He can see that this city is sick and dying, as said by Rachel in the film.
You care about justice? Look beyond your own pain, Bruce. This city is rotting. They talk about the Depression as if it's history, and it's not. Things are worse than ever down here. Falcone floods our streets with crime and drugs, preying on the desperate, creating new Joe Chills every day. Now, Falcone may not have killed your parents, Bruce. He's destroying everything that they stood for.
Crime boss Carmine Falcone is destroying everything that Bruce stood for, so Bruce sees it as his responsibility to take him down as Batman. Bruce becoming Batman would be him responding to the superego part of his brain, because the core principle of the superego is to serve justice in the most righteous way possible. After Bruce's house is set on fire by Ducard, Bruce doubts himself and his ability to protect Gotham.
What have I done, Alfred? Everything my family, my father built.
The Wayne legacy is more than bricks and mortars.
I wanted to save Gotham. I failed.
Why do we falls? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
I just haven't given up on me?
Never.
Alfred consoles Bruce and tells him that he must stay committed to fighting for his city no matter what. However, it is crucial to note that Bruce Wayne's commitment to protecting his city may cause even further psychological complications within him.
Understanding the contrast between Bruce's behavior when he is a playboy compared to when he is Batman could allow the viewer to interpret his physique further. As a playboy, Bruce acts as a carefree and virtuous millionaire. Bruce is seen as a selfish by Gotham because he is rich and powerful, though he doesn't do much to helping the rotting Gotham City as a public figure. However, as Batman, he is focused and determined, seen by the citizens of Gotham City as a selfless hero who dedicates his whole life to his city. This contrast shows how his fear and trauma have led to a split in his personality, with the playboy persona being a defense mechanism to hide his true self.
Interpreting movies through a psychoanalytical lens is vital in understanding the motivations, thoughts, and actions of a character, whether it be a villain, hero, or anyone else. This makes Batman Begins a perfect film to interpret through a psychoanalytic lens because Bruce battles his mind and his guilt for his phobia of bats throughout the film. Bruce Wayne goes through a great deal of pain throughout the movie, and understanding this pain and how Bruce processes it can help the viewers understand the character of Batman better.